Okay, today we're going to talk about series, and series is a series or a series is the sum of the terms of a sequence. Now, in this class, we're just going to be talking about the sum of the arithmetic or the geometric sequence. So the idea is, okay. So just to summarize, so for the sequence, where u of n, the series u1 plus u2 plus u3 up to un is s of n. Okay. Now the formula booklet gives you two formulas. So we're going to look at the first. There's two formulas. We're going to look at the first one. The first one is s of n is equal to n over 2, open parentheses, u of 1 plus u of n. And this should be familiar. So let's take a look at the variables here. The n, s of n is the sum of the first n terms. The n is the number of terms. U of 1 is the first term. And u of n is the last term. So this is kind of cool. So you might get a question asking you, sort of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 10, right? And so now we can add these up. First of all, what kind of sequence are the terms a sequence? Like, yes, it's an arithmetic sequence. Sorry, it's arithmetic. First of all, what's the first term? So we're looking for the sum of the first 10 terms. My n, well, I know there's 10 terms. First term, my first term is 1. My last term, so this is u of 1, u of 10, and we get 5 times 11, or 55. That's basically it. Let's try another problem. Ready? Number 2. 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus 18 plus 22. Well, you know what? I might not need like all the information I'm about to find, but I'm going to find it anyway. First of all, what kind of sequence are the terms? It's arithmetic. What's the common difference? It's 4. I might need it, I might not. How many terms are there? Well, I know there's 6 terms. What's the first term? The first term is 2. The sixth term, 22. Well, therefore, the sum of the first 6 terms is 6 over 2. 2 plus 22. 24 times 3, 72. Okay, let's move on. So we're gonna keep, maybe take a screenshot. We're gonna keep the formula at the top here. Once again, you always get the formula. SL or HL, you always get the formula. So the next question, how about this? So I give you the sequence, 6 plus 11 plus 16, dot, 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 and I'm asking you to find the sum of the first 9 terms. So I'm gonna start, you know what? It's an arithmetic sequence. I know the common difference is 5. I know the first term is, what's the first term? It's 6, right? What's the 9th term? Well, I don't have the 9th term. Any suggestions how I can find the 9th term? Yeah, you use the formula. U of n equals u of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Same thing. And at first you don't know it. You say, oh, wait a minute. Well, I know it's 6 plus 9 minus 1 times 5. Final answer, 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 6 is 46. Now I'm able to use the formula. The sum of the first 9 numbers is, oh, how many terms? We're looking for n terms. 9 terms. So it's 9 over 2 times the first term plus the last term. 52 divided by 2 is 26, and then 26 times 9, well, I know it's 260 minus 26, 25, 1, 2, 34. Once again, you can use a calculator for this. Try this one on your own. I want you to find S of 12 for 7 plus 11 plus 15 plus dot, dot, dot. What do you think? Shut the computer, put it on pause. Okay, now we're back. Once again, I notice, okay, it's going up by 4s, so I know it's arithmetic. I know the common difference is 4. My first term is 7. I know I'm looking for, how many terms? I'm looking for 12 terms. So I need the 12th term. Well, I don't have it. How can I figure it out? Use the formula. Find the 12th term. So you know it's 7 plus 12 minus, times 4. Let me get a drink of water in my throat. What do we have here? 11 times 4 is 44, plus 7 is 51. Use the formula. S of 12 is 12 over 2, 7, 51. Let's see, 58 times 6. You use a calculator. I'm going to do it by hand. Final answer, 348. The sum of the first 12 terms of the sequence is 348. Last thing we want to talk about, there's another formula which actually might make these last 2 problems a little easier. So this is formula 2. Formula 2 says, replace the u of n with this formula, combine them together, and you end up with the sum of the first n terms is also n over 2 times 2u1 plus n minus 1 times d. So if you get, sometimes I get lazy and I don't feel like finding the 9th term, or I didn't feel like finding the 12th term. Let's look at what this formula asks for. Once again, you have the S of n, you have the n, you have the u of 1, but it's not asking for the last term anymore. It simply says, what's the common difference? We'll take you there. So let's redo this last question again. So once again, I'm looking for the first 12 terms. I know the first term was 7, and it no longer asks for the last term. I don't have to figure it out. I know immediately from the sequence what my n is, and from the sequence I immediately know what my 4 is. My d is 4. Final answer, it's going to be 348. You get these formulas, you get all the formulas, you can decide what you want to do. So once again, just to summarize, is that the end? No. Here's the question. Let's see. Why don't you try one on your own? Ready? Try this one. 3 plus 9 plus 15 plus 21 plus 27, and I would like you to find the first 12 terms. Use the second formula. Okay, you put it on pause, now we're back. So let's see. I know there's 12 terms. I know this is an arithmetic sequence. I know the first term's 3. I know the common difference is 6. Do I need anything else? No, I'm going to use my second formula. So I know the sum of the 12 terms is equal to 12 over 2, 2 times 3, plus 12 minus 1 times 6. What is that? I'm going to do it by hands, but you use the calculator. 6 plus 66, 6 plus 72, final answer. What is 6 times 72? 432. Last question. Last question. Okay, let's take a look at this last question. So we have an auditorium, so that there's a first row, second row, third row, dot, dot, dot. I want you to imagine in the first row there's 10 seats, in the second row there's 14 seats, and in the third row there's 18 seats. So it's like an arithmetic sequence. So the question is, if this auditorium has 50 rows, how many seats are there in total? And then part B, after construction, there are now 10,944 seats. How many rows are there? So put the video on pause, and I want you to solve it. Take like 5 minutes. You should be able to figure it out. Okay, welcome back. So let's take a look at this problem. Okay, so let's start with A. So the question is, if this has 50 rows, how many seats are in total? So we want to add up the 50 rows. Well, I don't know the 50, so let's take some information. I'm looking for S of 50. I know that N is 50. I know that the common difference is 4. I know the first row has 10 seats. And I think that's enough for the second formula. Let's rewrite that. S of n equals n over 2, 2u1 plus n minus 1d. So I know that S of 50 is 50 over 2, 2 times 10 plus 50 minus 1 times 4. So let's see, I have 25 times 20 plus, what is 49 times 4? Well, what's 50 times 4? That's 200. Take away one of the 4s, we're left with 196. 25 times 216, and I'm gonna need my calculator for that, obviously. And I don't know, I can't find my calculator. Up here it is. Here's my T-Inspire, turn it on. Let's see, 25 times 216 is equal to 5,400 seats. Okay, let's look at part B. Part B is an algebra problem. You're going to need either Desmos or your graphing calculator, but first you have to set it up. I want to see that you know how to set up an equation. Well, I'm told that I don't know what n is. That's my unknown. But I do know that there's a certain number of rows whose total is 10,944. I still know the first term is 10. I still know the common difference is 4. I just don't know what the n is. Do I have a formula that allows me to plug in these numbers and leave me with one unknown? Well, the first one's no good because I don't know what that u of n is. But I look at my second formula and I say, you know what? I know the total, n is unknown, I know the first term, n is unknown, and I can take care of d. So I'm just left with n. So we have 10,944 is equal to n over 2, open parentheses, 2 times 10 plus n minus 1 times 4. Personally, I like to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of it, because I hate stuff in the denominator. And then I have, let's see, 10,944 times 2 is equal to 21,888. That's equal to n times 20 plus 4n minus 4. Okay, I have the equation 21,888 equals 4n squared plus 16n. Either put this equation in Desmos or your GDC, and you get the answer of, I believe the answer is, I don't know, should I tell you? Thank you. Your homework is, your homework's posted. The unit is arithmetic sequences.